Hello and welcome to the 43rd Alpine Junior World Ski Championships from the Porte du Soleil in the Haute-Savoie region of the French Alps. Live on FIS TV, it's the final race of the championships and we focus on the men's giant slalom. It promises to be a thrilling shootout, there is no question. Two runs, of course, for those of you unfamiliar with the rules and regulations, the name of the game, but the top 30 from the first leg will go in reverse order on the second. It has been a spectacular championships, perhaps the weather a little warmer than many have expected, but nonetheless, today promises to be a brilliant finale. The women are also racing their last competition in the giant slalom, but it's the men that we focus on, racing on a very, very good piste in Saint-Jean-de-Ulpes in the Porte du Soleil. Huge start list for this first leg. It's a record breaker, but the favourites and the higher ranked racers go in the top 30 and the top 15. The defending champion, Alban Elise Canifarina, goes with 15 and is definitely one of the racers. Also, yesterday's winner of the men's slalom, Lens Heitler from Switzerland, earning one of 3 individual golds for the Swiss skiers at these championships, will start with bib number 11. Jack Irvine will be the first of the British racers in action here. Also, watch out for 33 in that group, Livio Heltbrand, the downhill champion from this year, and also the Super G gold medalist from the last World Championships in 2023 in St. Anton in Austria. 152 starters representing 50 national ski associations with an age group of 16 to 20 years. These are the stars of tomorrow and definitely worth a close look. If I mention some of the previous winners, Steen Olsen did the slalom and giant double here at the World Juniors just a couple of years ago, back in Panorama in 2022. He's now an established slalom and giant slalom star of the World Cup. But you're talking about people like Marco Odermatt, Henrik Kristoffersen, Marco Schwarz, Manu Feller, Alexander Ormott-Kilde, Alexis Pantero, Hirscher, Beat Voits, Frank Picard, Benny Reich. When do you want me to stop? They are all former World Junior champions. This are the stars of tomorrow, the stars in the making in international alpine ski racing. And this promises to be a fascinating 2-run race, to say the least. Now, as we were saying earlier, we focused on the men's slalom in Morzine yesterday. Lens Heitler from Moritz Zudrell and Hans Graal Madsen. Also, congratulations to Britt Richardson, who won the women's giant slalom on this piste here yesterday for Canada, ahead of Steffi Grob and Lara Kulturi of Albania. Lara Kulturi will start as one of the favourites for the women's slalom today, but we are live here in Saint-Jean-de-Ulpes for the men's giant slalom. It's a good flowing with a look at that pitch, bringing the racers right into the finish area. The piste itself ebbs and flows. It's a bit colder overnight, so we're expecting a slightly firmer track than we experienced in yesterday's slalom race. Jeremy Bonaparte is the chief of race here. A vertical drop of 327 meters. First racers in the gate in the last competition of the 43rd Junior Alpine Ski Racing Championships. And out on track is Stefano Pizzato, a DNF in the second run of the men's slalom here yesterday, but the team combined gold for the Italian team. Let's take a look at the set here. Straight into quite a steep pitch in the shade, then into the sunlight on the flat section where a good low aerodynamic shape is key. Then the piece rolls with a couple of blind gates on the breakaway into this steep closeout. Pizzato here, very aggressive. You really do need to search for speed in this inviting track through the undergate. And this is the last pitch now, bringing the racers into the finish area. Pizzato, first man on course, needs to take advantage of the smooth, clean track. It was the early numbers that had the advantage 24 hours ago in the men's slalom. Will it be the same here today? Pizzato sets the early pace at 1 minute 04.66 seconds. Let's go to Spain. Alex Aubert Serracanta from La Molina in the Spanish Pyrenees. Just 18 years of age. Looking to end his championships on a high note here after a disappointing DNF in the slalom. Just getting bounced and dropping a little low in that racing line there. And having to make the correction to readjust. And you can see how he had the green light at Sector 1. Sector 2, the light goes red, which tells us that Alex, the Spanish racer, is 0.38 off the pace. Again, just getting a little low in the racing line. Holding on to that outside turning ski for a split second too long. Aubert Serracanta, half a second off the pace at 105.16 seconds. Here's the error again from sunlight to shade onto a flat to a very steep breakaway. Cooper Puckett for the United States of America. 7th in the slalom here. Yet on charge. Of course, he's the son. Oh, Cooper's in trouble there. The son of Chris Puckett from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, former American racer. Oh, and it's a DNF for Cooper Puckett. What a disappointment after a good ski yesterday. Just about to say his uncle Casey was a 5-time Olympian and former world junior champion himself, but a DNF day is over. Rasmus Bakkevig of Norway from the Hemming Ski Club. 19 years of age. 25th position in the slalom yesterday. This is his best discipline. Nice flowing style and technique here, carrying the speed off that steep section along this flat, finding that aerodynamic shape, shoulders forwards, looking for the tuck position. I think these 3 turns are the make or break. Nail these. You can see the Norwegians caught in the back seat and in trouble. Good recovery skills, no question, but a little bit of the time and pace scrubbed off the performance. 0.73 for the error. Now into the final closeout pitch here. Bakkevig now. Finish within his sights again, just missing the purchase or the loading of that turning ski on a couple of turns in the closeout. 0.52 off the pace. Rasmus Bakkevig for the Norwegian team into 3rd position. And that's going to rut and bump quite badly, that gate. There are the errors from the Norwegian. Let's go to Edvard Hallberg. Leading off the first run of the slalom here yesterday, only to get bitten by the butterflies and crash out on the second leg. Silver medalist, remember, in the World Junior Championship Giant Slalom of last year in St. Anton in Austria. Nice and high and early with the setup of the turn. Again, 0.79 off the pace. The Flying Finn, work to do. Or has the confidence just taken a little bit of a dent? He's very late in the line in the closeout. And again, the timing of the turn is off. Pizzato sets the leading time at 104.66, 105.82, a long way down for Hallberg. Flavio Vital, French skier, just 18 years of age. Now Vital, a real talent. Green light as we track him with the drone from above. 0.14, the right side of the clock. Currently the fastest man on the mountain. Lovely light and almost elegant technique. Lovely balance, feet nice and wide apart to give him the ability to load that ski. Carrying some good speed here. The light stays green for the French racer. Again, that clean and error-free technique just hits the gate and gets twisted a little bit with the upper body. But this is good work. Surely Vital has got the lead here. Flavio Vital, 0.29. The right side of the clock, putting the French team into top position. Here's the bronze medalist from yesterday's slalom. Now, Grol Madsen. Part of the Norwegian team that was first in the team parallel event. So he's already got a gold and a bronze to take home and has a nice, healthy green light. Oh, completely misses the blind gate on the breakaway and throws away his chances of going top of the table. Oh, what a disappointment for Hans Grol Madsen. Comfortably quicker than the French leader, but drops down into 5th position, 1.29 off the pace. Leo Baraldi from Les Deux Alpes. 19-year-old French racer here. Another very talented skier. Leo was 13th in the downhill earlier this week. .37, not quite as light and as loose with his position, but has a really good ski to snow contact and loading of that outside ski. That's the blind roller that put Grol Madsen out of the race. Just a little too slow with the movement for me. Not enough dynamic, not enough drive or sparkle in the performance. But solid technique. Baraldi for the French team, 1.22 off the pace into 5th position. Vital still leads. This is Herland for Norway. Jos Bråten Herland, 14th in the slalom. First in the team parallel, already with a gold medal to take back home to Norway. Very good technique, nice and loose in the ankles there to work the terrain that's starting to bump and rut just after 9 skiers. Has he got that green light at sector 2? Oh, it goes the wrong side. 0.16 off the pace. Lovely technique here from the Norwegian Herland. Vital sets the pace. Oh, 3rd position for Jos Bråten Herland. AX Schwarz for Sweden. 6th in the slalom here yesterday, or over in Morzine, I should say. And already with World Cup form against his name after a magnificent 20th position in the Kitzbühel slalom. Almost 3 weeks ago now. What a debut that was to the World Cup Tour. And those slalom skills are transferred to the longer skis of giant slalom. Very dynamic, quick, fast work from the Swedish skier. Many had tipped AX Schwarz for the gold in yesterday's slalom after his World Cup performance in Kitzbühel. Just a split second off with his timing and late in the turn in the closeout. Good enough to go into 3rd position. Yesterday's champion at the World Junior Slalom competition. This is Lenz Heikler, buzzing with confidence. Really risked everything on that second leg to take the gold medal away from Moritz Zudrell of Austria. Grol Madsen taking the bronze. Now, Heikler. Let's not forget that he was 4th in the downhill. A very, very talented young junior. Really impressed with the risk reward, but the giant slalom not quite going the way Heikler wanted here. It's all happening a little bit low in the line, a little bit late in the setup for the turn. Vital still sets the pace at 1:04.37. That's a big surprise. Lenz Heikler down into 10th position. Simen Selleg of Norway. Now, Selleg, 5th in the downhill. Powerful skier, big lad for his age, and uses that power very efficiently and effectively. 0.15, the right side of the clock here. On that second pitch, just struggling a little to hold the arc in the turning ski. And that is why the light goes from green to red. You've got to be careful that you don't get pitched in the air onto the third breakaway and final pitch into the finish area. Selleg. Beautiful rhythm and tempo on the upper part of the challenge, but not as clean or as efficient on the lower. Into 7th position for the Norwegian. This is Albin Larsson out on track for the Swedish team, 12th in the slalom in Morzine yesterday. Brimming with confidence coming into these championships with 2 podiums on the FIS Tour just before the start of this event. Larsson struggling on some of the key turns on the flatter part of the challenge. And that's where the speed has been lost. Albin Larsson. Carrying some good speed in the closing turns, but it's all come to an end. 1.71 off the pace. Albin Larsson down in 12th position. That's where he finished in the slalom yesterday. Leo Coppel for the French team here. Local hero from Léger, just up the valley. Green light on the upper part of the challenge, but look how rutted and bumpy that gate. We saw it right at the top of the first run here. We knew that that was going to become one of the bogey turns of the challenge. And there's another difficult left footer. And it takes the young French racer way off with his line, losing the tempo and rhythm to the performance. Struggling now. And it's a DNF. Leo Coppel from Léger, part of the Porte du Soleil hosts to these World Junior Championships. DNF did not finish and will not be back for the second run. The defending World Junior Champion is next on course, again for the French team, wearing bib number 15. This is Alban Elise Canafarina. Took the giant slalom gold in this race in St. Anton, February 2023. Green is light, but the make or break turns are still to come. Lovely shot from the drone as the skier goes from sunlight to shade. Elise Canafarina still holding a good clean line here. Lovely technique riding the middle and the tail of the skis here. Oh, but he's in trouble. Has to make a huge correction. Another one of the difficult left foot turns. The light stays green, but Elise Canafarina now really needs to dig deep. He's burned up a lot of energy and power making those corrections. He's going to take it close. The defending champion into third position. It'll all come down to the second leg. 0.42 off the pace of Flavio Vital. Racer 16 is Fabio Alesina. Now, Alesina coming off the back of a couple of healthy FIS performances on the podium in the couple of races just before these championships. But Alesina getting very low and late in the line, having to make a big correction. But that recovery move scrubs off a lot of the pace and speed. Yeah, you can see it. 14th position, 2.07 down. Rider Sarchet from Sun Valley, USA. Sun Valley will be hosting the World Cup Finals next season. Now, 20-year-old, one of the few skiers to make time from sector 1 to sector time 2. Has to feather and stivet the skis. Oh, he's right on the edge of his game here. Smashing off one of the shin guards. That is a great performance from rider Sarchet. Sarchet going into 3rd position for the USA. Jakob Eisner from Klagenfurt, Austria, next on course. Now Eisner. 0.63 now off the pace. It's the piece condition. Oh, and Eisner's down. He was late coming into the breakaway. Shoulder dips in onto that uphill ski, and the feet come from underneath very quickly indeed. Pietro Giovanni Mottolini, Italian racer, next on course. 20th position in the Super G, his best result at these World Juniors. Now Pietro Giovanni, look how that bouncing of the outside ski on that tough left footer. The piste is starting to really cut there badly. Oh, and again, Mottolini almost goes down. Here come the recovery moves to try and another error from Mottolini. Top 30 qualification is the target for these skiers now, but Pietro Giovanni Mottolini, 1.66 off the pace. Emil Nyberg for Sweden, the son of Freddie Nyberg from Sundsvall. His dad, 7 times a World Cup winner. 20 years of age, this young lad. .53 off the pace at halfway. That's a very smooth, clean entry to the final pitch here. Needs to keep it under a second to challenge for the top 10 on this first run. Vital sets the target time. 1.48, 13th position for Emil Nyberg for Sweden. Andrea Bertoldini. Now Bertoldini. Oh, and that's a heavy hit into the fence. Surely that will have to put the race on hold. Good to see marshals and officials there to help the Italian. Just checking that the knee is unhurt. Vital sets the target time for the first run of this men's giant slalom at 1:04.37. Pizzato second, Sarchet of the USA third, and the defending champion, Elisi Canifarina, is in 4th position. Well, there'll be a slight hold in the race proceedings here as the nets are rebuilt. It looks that Bertoldini is able to ski away from this one unhurt, the young Italian. But as we see so often on the World Cup Tour, these nettings taking, the B-net there, taking all of the energy out of the crash, just trying to focus to see if the Italian is able to ski away from this one. Near perfect conditions, little warm, many people are saying, for the time of year, but there's still some great skiing to be had in the Porte du Soleil, who've done such a brilliant job in hosting these 43rd World Junior Ski Race Championships. Some spectacular results. And what a success it has been for the Porte du Soleil. 5 resorts hosting 11 events. And Saint-Jean-de-Ulpes hosting the women's giant slalom here yesterday. First gold to go to the North Americans with Britt Richardson in that women's giant slalom. Lenz Heikler winning the men's slalom yesterday in Morzine. Châtel, Léger, all of the top resorts from the Porte du Soleil doing a brilliant job and drawing on their race history and putting together to some superb results. We're ready to get racing again. Mauro de Almeida. DNF in the slalom. Last chance for Mauro here now to make his mark. Slopes had a good slip as well, so could be a good opportunity here for racer 22. First 2 or 3 gates relatively flat, then into the first pitch section here, building the speed for the second flat section. Come off that steep onto the flat. Look at the athlete looking for that aerodynamic shape as he works in the easier, flatter turns. A short time to catch your breath, then these are the difficult. And for me, this turn now is the toughest on the course. That left foot blue to red combination. 0.3 win off the pace at sector 1. Coming into sector time 2 now. Nice and dynamic. Good skiing from the Swiss racer. Holds it just 0.3 off the pace. Right now skiing in 3rd position. Very high, clean, error-free. Oh, there's the first mistake. Just when I thought he'd found the perfect rhythm and balance in the closeout, the error creeps in. Mauro de Almeida at 1.03 off the pace into 10th position. Fabio Alessina. No, my apologies. This is Lucas Kongsholm. Racer 23, Kongsholm from Sundsvall. Silver medalist in the team parallel event. 0.93 off the pace at sector 2. Starting to get a little bit rutty and bumpy out there. And you can see how Lucas is just getting a little low and late in that racing line. And the net result is 19th position, 2.17 off the pace. Eduardo Saracco from Limone Piemonte. Oh, mistakes from Eduardo. It's a shame. Gold medalist from the team combined competition, 9th in the slalom. He's had a really good championships, Eduardo. But pays the price for that error on the second pitch. He's now 1.61 off the pace. They are very closely bunched up with that less than just over a second from 1st to 10th. Again, Soracco gets very deep and late in the line. And those recoveries burn up the energy as well as the pace and tempo. 2.66 off the pace, 20th position. This is Denis Scheper for Albania. Good chance for Albania to take a gold in the women's slalom today. Lara Kulturi, one of the big favorites. As for Denny, training out of Sestriere, 17th in the slalom in Morzine in the Porte du Soleil here yesterday. Digging deep, driving home. Good clean turns in the closeout. Top 30 is the target, remember. Top 15 would be a really good news for Denis Scheper, whose confidence has grown as these championships have unfolded. 1.86 off the pace, the Albanian into 18th position. Leonardo Rigamonti, 8th in the Super G, 9th in the downhill. Here's one of Italy's new speed ski stars in the making. Oh, he's in trouble coming off the second pitch. And down he goes on the inside. A DNF for Leonardo Rigamonti. Disappointment after 2 top 10s in the speed races. Hungary with Balint Uray, carrying bib number 27 here. That's a good opening time, 0.57 off the pace. Oh, he too is in trouble. Almost went down on the inside on both of those left and right foot turns. Good recovery skills from Balint here. But those recovery skills take its toll on the speed, the pace, and it's a DNF. Misjudging that blind roller. And it's all over for the young Hungarian on the first run. Another racer to watch, carrying bib number 28, is Theodore Braken. 4th in the slalom here yesterday. Just missed the medals by a couple of tenths. Talented 19-year-old racer, as we've come to get used to over the years. The strength and depth of the Norwegian juniors is most impressive. But still looking for their first individual gold at these World Juniors. 0.84 off the pace. Oh, another skier dropping low and late in the line. One of France's real talents here now. This is Nash Ouomachon from Courchevel. 3rd in the slalom and gold medalist from the recent Youth Olympic Games in Gangwon, Korea. But he's gone, he's out. And one of the real favourites, just 17 years of age, has thrown it away. That is a huge disappointment for Nash. Oscar Heine for Heine, I should say, for Austria. 15th in the slalom yesterday. Oh, and another skier misjudging the transition from steep to flat. And another DNF. Let's go to 31. This is Nico Palmaras. Now, Palmaras put some good turns and a good performance together in yesterday's slalom competition. Giant slalom, he looks a little more comfortable. Good work on the upper section. 0.13 off the pace for the German. Germany still searching for their first medal of these World Juniors. Getting a lovely high, clean purchase against the turning ski here. There's the first mistake. Just drops him a little deep. No changes in the top positions. Antoine Azulin. Now, Antoine Azulin, experienced racer. Bronze medalist in the slalom of the World Juniors in 2023 in St. Anton, Austria. So he's been here before. Oh, that's a wild turn. Pitched high and long in the air. And from 0.81 to 1.45 off the pace. Now struggling, another mistake from Azulin. Disappointing. 24th position. He'll need to watch that time carefully to see whether he's done enough to make the top 30 cutoff for the second run. Livio Hiltbrand. Brilliant performance from Livio in the downhill on the 30th of January, bringing Switzerland gold. Hiltbrand also won the Super G in 2023, and also in the downhill took a bronze medalist back then as well. So Hiltbrand maintaining his impressive form at a world junior level, and of course starting to make his way up the world rankings and Europa Cup and World Cup competitions. Hiltbrand, 23rd position. Thomas Zippert, carrying bib 34 for the Swiss team, as we said earlier. It's been a brilliant World Juniors for the Swiss. Lenz Heikler taking the slalom gold. Mallory Blanc taking Super G. Switzerland winning the team combined. And Livio Hiltbrand the downhill. But right now it's the host nation, France, at top the table. Down he goes. Zippert's race is over. Jay Poulter for the United States of America next on track, carrying bib 35. Best of the Americans is Ryder Sachette. Ryder currently lying in 3rd position.
Unfortunately, that was a DNF from Thomas Zippert of Switzerland, just leaving the...
Course condition continues to get a little rougher and tougher. The bumps, ruts are starting to force these later start numbers, lower ranked skiers to race a much rounder line, therefore a slower direction down the mountain. That's Philip Johnson for Sweden getting a tumble on the inside ski. And that's a shame, because just a 7/10 of a second off the pace. A DNF for skier 36. Here's Moritz Zudrell, silver medalist in yesterday's slalom, starting with bib 37 today. Moritz Zudrell came so close to scoring World Cup points, making his debut in the Wengen slalom in the middle of January. Confidence is high after his second run charge in yesterday's performance. Top 30 is the target now. Moritz Zudrell just getting a little low and late in that racing line. All of the work's happening at the end of the turn, not at the top of the turn. 2.45, 24th position for Moritz Zudrell. Mintegu from Spain now, Ander Mintegu. 38 is start number. 1.33. Keep it under 2 seconds, I would predict, is the optimum time for these lower ranked racers now to guarantee qualification into the top 30. 2.5 seconds. Looking for the top 30 spot here. 25th position. You have to watch that one carefully. Another Spanish racer, Tomas Barata. Spanish World Cup team starting to find form under the guidance of their new head coach, Noel Baxter, a Scottish coach working with the Spanish team. Not too dissimilar to the men's American team, where Mark Tilston is also a Scottish coach looking after Team USA. This is good skiing from Barata. Confident. Oh, just gets a little deep, low and late in that all-important line. 2.31, 24th position. This is Jack Irving. Just 18 years of age, first of the British racers. Coming through the Austrian system, Jack, but holding a British passport. Very nice technique, solid on the upper section, 0.42. Just got to watch that he doesn't go down on the inside. Just drops the shoulder. He's low and late here. Good recovery skills from the 18-year-old. Good work. This should be a top 30 qualification from start number 40 for Jack Irving. Excellent skiing, 1.95 off the pace into 20th position. Canada next in the gate with Jesse Curtis-Knight. His father Mike watching on very closely here. Just lost it in the slalom yesterday, picking up a DNF, but solid turns in the giant slalom here today for Jesse. "20 years of age. Oh, it's just a little off with the line. Just a little deep and low and late, skiing around a slower line. Curtis-Knight, 2.85 into 30th position. If he holds that place, then Jesse will start with bib number 1. Oh, Dennis Corte, a DNF. Two Canadians back-to-back. Kyle Blanford next on piste. And they would have seen Jesse Curtis-Knight put in a very strong performance in his quest to stay in the top 30. Kyle Blanford now. Canadian team still buzzing after the giant slalom gold from Britt Richardson in the women's race here yesterday. Good work. There's that left foot that's getting very bumpy, rutted, and quite slick as well in places. Then a quick little breather coming off the steep and into the final pitch now. Britt Richardson just gets a little late, misjudges the time at the bottom, the turn at the bottom of the second pitch, I should say. And again, Blanford now really battling against the turn and the mountain. Not quite got that line as high or as smooth as he was hoping for. Kyle Blanford for Canada goes into 32nd position. Pierrick Charest. Very good on the top turns. 0.14 off the pace. Oh, there's a great recovery. But he burns a lot of energy and loses those power reserves as he tries to make the correction. Still under a second off the pace. Pierrick Charest, 1.84, 19th position. That's an excellent performance. Fabio Valk for Austria is next in the gate. Well, the course is holding up beautifully. Yes, there are a couple of tough turns on the fall away coming into the final pitch, but we've just seen Charest, the French-Canadian from Mont-Tremblant, break into the top 20. A lot of opportunity now for these later start numbers. Valch. Smooth, clean, 0.84 off the pace. There's a great shot of the flat, inviting, sunlit section, then into the dark shade and pitch number 2. Now 1.71 off the pace. No change at the top of the table. Flavio Vital, Stefano Pizzato, and Ryder Sarchet of France, Italy, and the United States of America. In 4th position, the defending champion, Elise Canafarina, and AX Schwarz lies 5th for the Swedish team. I'm sure those times are now safe at the top of the table as Fabio Valk goes into 32nd position. Kemppainen for Finland next on course, wearing bib 46. Edward Hallberg, lying 13th, fastest for the Finnish team at this point in the first of the 2 runs to be contested here. And it's a DNF for the second Finn. Kemppainen, race over, DNF, and will not be back for the second leg. Germany are next in the gate with Leo Shearer. Good performance from Nico Palamaras, fastest of the German team so far, holding 15th position. Let's see if Leo Shearer can take a spot in the top 30 here. That is now the target for these later start numbers. It can be done. P-Stat looking good and firm underfoot and ski on the upper section. Just a couple of loose, rough turns where you need to be really careful. Let's pick up the German athlete from the drone. You get a lovely view on how the visibility is key here. Not only are you going from sunlight to shade, but this gate here to here is just about blind. It's the same on breakaway too. 1.23 off the pace at sector 1. Getting a good purchase from that outside turning ski. Then cut across. And these are the turns now. Ooh, getting a little pushed onto the heels, a little too low and deep with the hip. And the German skier, 33rd position, just misses the flip for the second run. Slovenia, Nihar Osserban, my apologies. I remember Yuri Kozia, a Slovenian racer, winning world championship. Rokasno, remember Rokasno, who won the downhill in St. Anton back in 2023. Slovenia have a fine record with their athletes at world junior level. Meta Hrovat in 2019 won the slalom. He also did it in 2018 as well. DNF, though, for Osserban. 49, Lukas Savtos for the Czech Republic. And it looks like Savtos has taken a tumble because we focus here on Lukas Kraus of Germany. There is Savtos wearing bib number 49. Another DNF taking us to Lukas Kraus wearing bib 50 for Germany. Just a hold from the race referee, making sure that all the netting is in position. Race piste is safe. Chief of race Jeremy Bonaparte and his team have done an excellent job in hosting the giant slalom races here in the small resort of Saint-Jean-d'Alpes. Women's giant slalom yesterday, men's giant slalom today. Both have gone smooth. A couple of big crashes as well, but The execution of the local organising committee has been efficient and effective. Kraus is out on course for Germany. As we said earlier, Palamaras is the fastest of the German racers so far, holding 15th position. But Flavio Vital has got this first run and the fastest time, surely now, with the piste conditions starting to rut and cut. 1 minute 04.37 seconds has the French racer in top position. 0.29 behind him is Stefano Pizzato. Sarchet of Ryder Sarchet for the USA, third. And the defending champion, Elise Canafarina, giving the French hosts 2 skiers in the top 5. AX Schwarz for Sweden holds that 5th position. Kraus now. Showing us that the piece maybe isn't as tough as we thought. Certainly holding up well. And Kraus makes the top 30, skiing into 27th position. So after the top 50 ranked racers in this World Junior Championship Giant Slalom, the last race of the championship, 2 French skiers in the top 5, Vital and Elise Canafarina, the defending champion. But with less than a second separating the top 10, like in yesterday's slalom, this is any race and any gold medal to be taken from up to the top 20 in this men's. Great to see Jack Irvine for the British ski team making the top 30 cutoff in 21st position. But it's Flavio Vital that tops the table after the first of the 2 runs.
Ça permet de se faire des copains, des amis pour la vie, vraiment.
Découvrir aussi notre passion.
Apprendre à vivre avec les autres.
On se marre, on s'amuse.
Et de bouger en pleine nature, et ça, c'est juste magique.
Faut y aller, faut foncer.
Bienvenue au club.
Bienvenue au club.
Bienvenue au club.
Bienvenue au club.